Planning real life exposure. SMART goals. S.M.A.R.T. When planning exposure practice to test your new understanding and skills, it's important that you have clear objectives in mind. And when you're creating goals, the following rules can help. So S, specific. Vague objectives make for poor practice. So be specific about what you want to achieve. So rather than vaguely saying, I'll overcome my fear of shopping centres, it's more helpful to say, I'll practice first with that specific shopping centre down the road, and then I'll try the one, a mile away, that's bigger one, so that you know exactly what you're going to do first. M for measurable. It's very important that you're able to measure your goals so that you can know when you've achieved your objectives. And this also helps you chart your progress and plan further stages. So it has to be a goal that you can actually measure. You can say, okay, I did that goal, I went to that place, I did those steps, whatever. You need to be able to measure it. A for achievable. So overly ambitious goals can lead to increased anxiety. If you try too much too soon, you can get put off. So what's the point? It's counterproductive. So you just plan experiments that enable you to face some anxiety without pushing you too far. Okay, so SUDS rating of level 3 or 4, you want to start somewhere, not too low, not too high. Remember the swimming analogy, you just go in step by step, day by day. R for realistic. Be realistic about your goals. So, for instance, will you have time to conduct a particular experiment on a daily basis? I get this problem with people all the time. They work out a goal that they're going to achieve, and then they come in the following week and say, I couldn't do that because my schedule was too busy and I had an appointment such and such a day. You've got to work this out in advance, because if you have too many excuses, you'll not do it, and you can prolong that for a long time. So how likely are you to put the work in? And will your daily life commitments interfere with the goals? If you've got children, a job, various commitments, how can you work around this? You've got to take this very seriously and fit it in. And it's a priority if you think about it. Some people say, no, I had other things to do, and they were the priority, but surely this is the priority, because panic attacks and panic disorder, agoraphobia, take up a lot of your life. So this is very important. T for time bound. So plan to complete your objective within a certain time frame. So say to yourself, I want to even do the small steps for the shopping centre within 2 or 3 weeks. All right. Otherwise, you may just keep putting it off until you feel ready or relaxed enough or confident enough. Just work out, I want to do it within that amount of time, and try to go for that. So how long should each exposure practice last? This is a very useful graph with the cartoons. So the idea is to continue each exposure until your SUDS rating has dropped by around half. Otherwise, the connection between the situation and the anxiety will remain unchanged. You remember I've been telling you that you generally leave a situation with your anxiety at a peak level, extreme catastrophic level. And then you've got in your imagination what would have happened. If I hadn't escaped that situation, who knows what might have happened. So in your imagination, an extreme catastrophe might have happened. All right, and that's why you've got a lot of anticipatory anxiety left over. So if you're practicing in a situation, the idea is that you wait. As the cartoon says there, initially your SUDS will rise. Okay, this is to be expected. Then it'll reach a peak, but it will eventually fall. So if you're going into a shopping centre and you've been very anxious about shopping centres, the likelihood is that you'll feel anxious. All right, you're not going into the shopping center expecting to be completely free of anxiety. Why would you? It doesn't make any sense. You know you've got anxiety, you know you're going towards it, so expect some anxiety. That's perfectly normal. All right, and expect that at a certain point it may peak, and that's where you normally run for the hills. But that's where, in this situation, you're going to wait. You're going to put your new understanding and your skills into practice to allow you to wait until the anxiety starts to come down. And when it's come down about half, and because you'll be monitoring your SUDS level in your head, and when it comes down to about half, then you can know, right, okay, that's my practice over. Right? But be honest with yourself. You've got to wait. If it's peaking and then it suddenly comes down a bit and you say, right, that'll do. Be honest with yourself. This practice is for you to recover. All right? It's not for somebody else. This is for you. So you go in, say, to the shopping center. Your anxiety rises. It reaches a peak. You put your understanding and skills into practice, and you wait. And you wait. And the anxiety level will come down. Okay? And when it comes down to about half, and you're sure it is down to about half, that's it. Okay?